Let's go back to September. Apple launches the iPhone 16, and it is all about Apple Intelligence.
Apple Intelligence.
Apple Intelligence.
Apple Intelligence takes us even further.
And then we got the iPhone 16, and there was no AI on it. Well, Apple Intelligence is here now, and it's been here for a few months. So is it fair time to ask, is this anything? That's a question we jokingly ask at The Verge when companies put AI in stuff. But it's a fair question to ask of Apple's AI since we've had it for a while now. Was it worth the hype? Is it making our lives easier? Siri, what is a good place I could get coffee?
I didn't get that.
Right now, I'm not so sure, but there's good reason to hope that it might be something after all. To answer the "is this anything" question, let's back up and look at what Apple Intelligence actually is. I think we can kind of group it into two buckets. There's things that help you create and things that help you process information. On the creation side, there's writing tools. They're pretty standard fare for AI at this point. Stuff like changing the tone of your writing, producing summaries of your notes, or turning a chunk of text into a list or table. Personally, I haven't found these writing tools to be super useful, and they're kind of fiddly to use. But the summarization feature is actually pretty cool, especially if you pair it with voice transcription. I'm gonna need 5 outfits for Lennox. He's gonna need some toys. We'll need to bring some snacks, baby monitor, pajamas for him, sunscreen, some changes of clothes, comfortable walking shoes, but also some flip-flops. Yeah, that should do it. Oh, it thinks my child's name is Linux.
Didn't miss anything?
Let's see. Yeah, I think it did okay. Make it into a table. did okay. The other creation tools are image-based, and they all kind of center around Image Playground, which is Apple's AI image generator. It was introduced in iOS 18.2, and it's a dedicated app, but it also unlocks image tools in other places throughout the OS. Image Playground lets you start with a person in your photo library or a text prompt or both. And you can pick from a few different styles and some suggested prompts based on locations or goofy accessories. It also lets you generate images in the Notes app where you can take a rough sketch and turn it into something more polished. And of course, there's Genmoji, which lets you create custom emoji based on your prompts. Honestly, I'm not sure what to make of all this. Image Playground is sort of fun, but the novelty wears off after a while, and you do get the telltale signs of AI. Oh God, it's just one extra finger down there. And it's kind of fun reacting with custom emojis, but they're really small, so it can be hard to tell what they are. I don't want to dismiss it all because some people like memojis and I never use them. There's probably plenty of people who think it's a fun way to express themselves, and that's awesome. I'm just gonna stick to the regular emojis. Then there's the other bucket, helping you process information. There's a few ways that Apple Intelligence does this, but I think the most well-known is notification summaries. You know the gist of it. You get a bunch of alerts from one source, like some texts all in a row, and your phone will use AI to give you a summary that you can read at a glance. It's helpful if you need to get caught up on a conversation quickly, but when it goes wrong, it can go very wrong. The results can be funny or really not funny. We've seen people get updates from their security cameras that make it sound like there's a home invasion happening. And AI botched BBC headlines so badly that Apple is actually changing how it presents the summaries. The summary text is in italics now, so you can clearly see at a glance what is AI. That's probably a good idea. Siri has a role to play in all this. It has a new glowing border, and it can understand the flow of natural language a bit better, so you don't have to use your yelling at a robot voice as much. But it's basically the same old Siri for now, except that when you ask it a complex question, it can go ask ChatGPT for you. Go ask ChatGPT what the weather's like in Spain, in Barcelona in late February.
Here's an answer from ChatGPT.
Oh. Spain experiences mild winter temperatures. So what should I pack for a trip in late February?
Here's an answer from ChatGPT.
There's a lot of text here. ChatGPT extends to visual intelligence too. On the iPhone 16, using the camera control will let you take a picture and get information about what you're looking at. This could be something like store hours or a quick translation, or you can have ChatGPT answer more complicated questions like, what can I make with these ingredients? So it told me I could make a salad or an omelet, which those are both good answers, but I don't feel like I needed artificial intelligence to tell me that. It can still make mistakes though, just like any chatbot. ChatGPT in visual intelligence told me I had a whole bunch of books on my shelf that just weren't there. I asked it to explain a Garfield cartoon to me, and it actually made up a joke that wasn't in the comic. It's interesting being able to access ChatGPT right from the operating system, and maybe that kind of opens up the sort of questions that we'll ask Siri. But personally, I forget that it's there. And that's where we're at now. We have a bunch of features that are kind of helpful, kind of funny, but mostly forgettable. If this is what the iPhone 16 was built for, then it doesn't feel very intelligent. So, is this anything? The thing is, it's not everything. Apple has new features that it's planning on rolling out basically up until it releases iOS 19. And there's one update in particular that could make these smartphones feel a lot smarter, especially when it comes to Siri. iOS 18 actually has a framework called App Intents that will eventually let Siri take action in apps for you.
For example, you'll be able to say, show me my photos of Stacy in New York wearing her pink coat. Then you might say, make this photo pop, and Siri will enhance it. And Siri will be able to take actions across apps. So you could say, add this to my note with Stacy's bio, and it will jump from the Photos app to the Notes app to make it happen.
These are the things that could actually save us time using our phones, and it would deliver on the whole promise of a smart assistant. But we probably won't see these updates until the spring at the earliest. Right now, Apple Intelligence feels like a bunch of puzzle pieces that just haven't been put together. It really might be something, but it's just hard to say what yet. Hey, thanks for watching. It's been a minute since I've been on the channel, so it's good to be back. I'm going to be covering all the AI in all the phones this year, including everything else in iOS 18 all the way to iOS 19. So stay tuned, check out theverge.com, and we'll be in this together.